Hi guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. To all the people who've always been subscribed to my channel, liking, commenting, I really appreciate it. And to the ones who are not subscribed yet, please do the right thing and subscribe. My name is Pumi. I'm a property developer. I'm a full-time marketing consultant, and I'm also a business owner, content creator, and a YouTuber. And today I'm going to talk to you about becoming the person that you actually want to become, and how that process is an immediate process. While it's still a process, but it's immediate. It needs to start now with what you do on a daily basis and how you live on a daily basis, how you think on a daily basis. One of my favorite research podcaster, Mel Robbins, says you have to live as though, like you actually have to continuously ask the question of, what would the person who I want to become do in this moment? So it's a really mind game that you have to play with yourself to be able to say, what would the person I want to do at this moment? Remember, you're not that person yet, but you see yourself as that person, and you see yourself getting to be or becoming that person. And number one of the things that I'm going to talk about is start doing the things that that person would actually do. So for example, I'm going to be a billionaire. I'm going to be a very successful businesswoman, a very happy wife, a very loving mother. And everything that I do has to reflect that person, you know? And number one is, I know for sure that billionaires invest in certain things. I know for sure billionaires pay for certain things, especially delegation, especially tedious chores. They delegate a lot. They focus and invest a lot on their health. So I've started my health journey. I've started building that life. I've started, literally, I would be in a place where, I'm going to give an example about soda, right? Drinking soda drinks, which is like Coca-Cola, Sprite, anything that is acidic. And I would be like, I can't drink this. Number one, it has a lot of caffeine, and I have a low tolerance of caffeine naturally. So if I drink a can of soda, whether it's like at 12 p.m. in the afternoon or at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, I won't sleep that night. Like, my sleep will be affected, which then affects my day the following day, because I'm a 8-hour girl. Like 8 hours, I have to have my sleep. So if I don't have that, then my day the following day is affected, which affects my days, which affects my weeks, which affects my months, which affects my years. So whenever I even crave a soda, you can even ask my colleagues, they know that I hardly drink that. And if I do, it's really normally on my days, you know, when you're PMSing or whatever, or I don't know, but I hardly drink acid drink. Not because I don't like them, but because I have come to understand how they don't contribute to my health, and how they don't contribute not only to my physical health in terms of healthy eating, but also in terms of productivity. Because if I'm not productive the following day because I didn't have a good sleep today, then that is affected, poorly affected. So those are some of the decisions that I'm learning to do. Like, even the other day, me and my friend went to buy lunch at I won't mention the brand, but at a, what do you call it, drive-through, right, during work time. So as we go into the drive-through, they gave us not a wrong order, but something was missing, like something was not there. And we were already at work, like literally just got off the lift, and we had to make a decision here and there. And I know that billionaires make decisions quicker and faster, and that's what makes them different from millionaires. That's what makes them different from thousandaires, and that's what makes them different for an ordinary person who's not on the chase, right? And I literally immediately said to her, let's make a decision right now, because we don't have it and we can't drive back. So what is the decision? And we literally made the decision. And she later came back and thanked me. She said, you know what? We were actually about to stress about something that was beyond our control, because we didn't have an option to go back. We didn't have an option to call and say, hey, you gave us the wrong delivery, because we're already at work and we already opened the food. And then a solution would have to come at that moment. So she was able to, like, oh wow, that was so good. So you have to start living like with would the person surround themselves with people who don't uplift them? Would that person eat the food that does not nourish them? Would that person just listen to anyone and everyone on TikTok? Would that person even scroll on social media the whole day, mindlessly so? Would that person be dating the kind of person that you're currently dating? Would that person be employed or not even? Because I always say employment is very good for you as long as you are doing it to help you in becoming a certain person in the future. I'm so sorry, I have something in my eye that is not comfortable. There it is. So you have to ask yourself certain questions, and every single day you need to ask yourself, will somebody that I want to become be in such an action or be in such an environment or participate in certain conversations? I find myself in the past week, so last year we had an activity at work that almost got me into trouble. And this year, something similar almost happened. And I remember that, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a person that is a part of such conversations. And I literally went to the person and apologized. And after I told myself that, remember, the person that you want to become would not even be involved in that in the first place. But also the spiritual person that I want to become would go and apologize, would be humble enough to go and apologize, even if their ego wouldn't want them to do, even if their self-affliction wouldn't want them to do so. So that's number one. Literally just start living, doing and making decisions as the person that you would want to become, okay? And then number two, build and maintain relationships that are of quality. Oh, I have started that journey, honey. And I'm so quick now into saying I don't want to be a part of this person. But that also comes with trusting your gut, right? So in the past, I was really bad with relationships. Like I would burn bridges easily. I would not communicate. I would not call. I would not maintain. It's one thing to start a relationship, which I actually think is the easiest stage of relationships. It's one thing to start a relationship. It's another to continue. But I've also learned to trust my gut in that instinct to say, you know what, I actually don't want this person in my life. I don't have to wait for evidence. I don't have to wait for something that's going to give me evidence of why they shouldn't be in my life. Just my gut telling me that this person is not for you. And a person not being for you does not make that person a bad person or make you a bad person. It's just life. You can't be for everyone, So start building relationships and fostering relationships, actually taking people out for lunch and paying the bill, actually buying people flowers, not on their birthday only, but just to say if somebody's having a bad week or a bad day, or they're having a moment of grief or whatever, and you actually love and appreciate that person, start building those friendships. I grew up with a negative connotation that friends are bad, you shouldn't have friends, you shouldn't focus on friends. But as I grew up and I became lonely at times, because the journey can and sometimes does get lonely, very lonely for that matter, it actually does get lonely. And I realized that I don't think this is how it should be if I had the right friends. I don't think this journey or what I'm going through currently, whether it's loss, whether it's grief, whether it's whatever, pain of any sort, whatever, I shouldn't be going through it alone if I have good friends. So I think the most important thing is to actually have friends that are good for you, that you are safe around. And safety is a very, very important thing. Emotional safety, psychological safety, like that really is your nervous system, And I'm not talking about friends that always tell you what to want to hear or always pat you in the back, but even in their realness, even in them telling you what you don't want to hear, that it's coming from love. And this year, particularly for me, I've really seen that. I've really seen my friendship being fostered. And now I know who to trust and who not to trust. I know who to be around and who not to be around. Because remember, as a billionaire, I'm going to have so much to lose in the next 20 years. As compared to the next person. So the next person might not mind doing certain things. The next person might not mind being seen with certain people. The next person might not mind saying certain things. But because I have a life to keep, a lifestyle to keep, and a reputation to maintain, then I have to watch my steps. I have to watch my mouth, because I'm becoming the person of my dreams. So invest in proper friendship. Like that 500 rand, that 2,000 rand that you're going to spend on a good friendship will come a long way. Life is long and life gets lonely. And even the beautiful moments, it's not even about the pain, but even the beautiful moments. I know I recently just paid off my school fees, and I paid off my school fees without any sponsorship and without touching my savings, you know, so straight from my income. And I finally paid it off. And they were literally one of my closest friends was one of the people that I told, because there's room for that. Because I could imagine having friends, but you can't tell them the great news because you feel like there's a little bit of jealousy or there's a little bit of envy. Imagine having that as part of your circle. You know what's going to happen? You're even going to start not achieving. Never mind not telling them, but you're going to get to a point where you don't even act. You know, and I recently realized I had someone in my circle as well who was not, I wouldn't say they were envious of me, but they were like in competition with me for a very, very long time. And I realized the other day I asked them for assistance, and I realized that they didn't assist me. I'm like, this person didn't actually help me. They told me what I should do and they can refer me to someone, but they have the skill. Like, I can literally see that and I'm like, but why did I do that to myself? Why would you go to somebody, you know, Julius Malema, I know is right now, he's not somebody that maybe I should be quoting or whatever. It's really not politically affiliated, but in one of his speeches I saw on TikTok, he says, why are you seeking validation from people who hate you? Stop doing that. You know, so really the beautiful thing about growing up is being able to choose the people that choose you, to be able to choose to be surrounded by people who genuinely want what's best for you. So really start investing in those relationships and start literally spending money on people that you love. Money is a tool, remember. And then number 3 is that introspect and reflection. This is my favorite. This I really, really believe in. Like, I believe in introspection and reflection. There's a saying that says there are people who grow older but don't grow wiser. And those are the people who don't reflect. So if you're not reflecting in your life, the only thing that's happening is that you're growing older, but you're not growing wiser. And that's why now I know for sure that not every old person is a wise person. And that's why they say don't even ask advice from older people who are not living the life that you would want to be living, okay? So always introspect, always reflect, and you do this through silence, you do this through writing, meditation, you do this through prayer, you do this to solitude and solace, tranquility, whether it's walking in nature, but just find a way where you can self-reflect on the week or the day or the month or the year. I do it weekly. I would love to do it every day, but I'm not there yet. But I would really, really love to do it on a daily basis. But I do it weekly. So I would literally just look at my week. I have a sheet. You guys have seen it. You guys know about it. So I have a sheet where I mark my days. And then because a week, I feel like your memory is still fresh, you know. So if you're going to do it, for example, every 3 months, you're going to forget the things that happened. Or if you're going to do it in a month, you're going to forget the things that happened. So I personally do it on a weekly basis. Normally on a Sunday morning. I used to do it on a Sunday evening, but Sunday evenings I'm really exhausted and I just want to relax. So I do a lot of reflection now on a Saturday or Sunday morning. And then I would just see like what made me feel a certain way. I would literally even go through so now I'm not doing my finances. I'm just going through my statements just to check my behavior of the week financially. What did I spend most on? And then I'm able to assess, okay, this week. And you know what that does? It also makes you notice patterns in your life. It makes you notice that, oh, when I'm on my periods, I actually eat a lot of samosas. When I'm frustrated at work, that's when I order wings. When I'm with this person, that's when I maybe splurge more than I should be. So you literally realize that, okay, this weekend I was with this person and this is what we did. This weekend I was with these people and I wasn't even eating. You get to realize the patterns in your life that are not adding to and that are adding to the person that you're trying to become. So it's very important to reflect. Also reflect on how you can make the next week better or how you can make a certain aspect of your life better. I'm reading the Bible a lot, especially on womanhood. And one of the things I learned was that as a woman, you don't want to speak a lot. Like you don't have to speak a lot actually. I think when I'm not sure which chapter is it, but when it says why am I forgetting it now? Like you don't want to speak a lot, but you want your actions, you want your aura and your energy to speak for itself, something like that. So I want to be in a space where I can see where my aura was not what I wanted it to be. I can see where my energy was deflected. I can see where my energy was not in tune with the person that I'm trying to become, I even literally reflect on how often or what I post on certain platforms. Like, why is it okay for me to post a certain thing on Instagram, but why is it not okay for me to post it on WhatsApp status, for example? And I literally assess those things, like who is it on my statuses on WhatsApp that's making me afraid of posting this, or that's making me feel like it doesn't matter if I post it, where else I can post it on Instagram, So it's just one of those things that you need to do. Reflect also on your relationships, reflect on your own contribution to your life, reflect on the person that you are becoming, your relationship with God, your relationship with others, your relationship with your partner, your boyfriend, literally assess that. If you guys had a debacle, how did I contribute? If you guys had an argument, how could we have solved it better? How could we have made it work better? So continuous reflection, it leaves room for growth. Okay. And then number 4 is work ethic. Ooh, the other day I was listening to this girl and she says, excellent. I'm not sure, but I'm going to paraphrase. She said, excellence is a way to honor God or to worship God. And I'm like, ooh. When you say it like that, then it's very different from just like, I'm excellent, But when you say excellence is a way to honor God, that for me changed really, even at work. Like, it's been so good. It's been so amazing, right? My relationships with my managers and my supervisors, they have really, really grown and became better, because now I've become an excellent worker, and that is something I want to implement in my social media, something that I want to implement in my everyday life. Even when I clean, I just want to exercise excellence, because billionaires work hard. People think billionaires don't work, but they actually do. The reason why people think they don't work is because they have so many things that they have delegated, and that's why they're able to work excellently, because there is nothing at the back of my mind. I promise you, I have personally experienced it. So let me tell you a story about my helper, right? So my helper has a full-time job, which is from Monday to Friday. She's working for someone. Remember, I have a 1-bedroom apartment, and my laundry is only to go to work. Like, I don't, like, my place is not that much of a mess that I need a helper every day. Like, that would be really a waste of money, because I don't need a helper every day. Anyway, so she has a full-time job, which is from Monday to Friday. She's only available on Saturdays. So all these years, she's been coming to my place on Saturdays. But when she's here, I really can't fully do the thing that I want to do, because remember, it's a 1-bedroom apartment. So I can't be like upstairs and then she's downstairs. I don't have that luxury yet. So now I'm like, no man, I don't enjoy her being here on Saturdays, because I want to work on Saturdays. I actually want to do my YouTube channels, my YouTube recording on Saturdays. So I asked her, like, don't you have somebody who's available on the week, during the week? And then she said, no, I do. It's my sister, but she's not like me. She won't give you what I give. She didn't say that, but she said it, like, in a very subtle way. Fine. And then her sister comes, but her sister comes now on a Friday, right? So when her sister comes on a Friday, excuse me, I don't know what keeps on going in my eyes. So now her sister comes on a Friday, right? I remember on that day at work, I was so free. Like, my mind was so free that, okay, no, everything is taken care of. I just have to do my work, right? I worked so freely. I'm not a very good person with having something at the back of my head. I'm not very good with that. Okay, fine. The sister came. I came back from work. It was clean, right? It was clean, but it was not what my actual helper would do. It really was not. Like, it was clean, like it was livable, it was clean, but it was not. My helper moves things, man. You know, she moves things. She moves, she goes under, she goes into my wardrobe and she just folds. She just knows what that girl was built for this, okay? So her sister didn't do that. So now I'm like, you know, but the feeling was there. And then I asked again, then I don't know what happened, but now she doesn't go to her full-time job full-time anymore. That means she's available on Thursdays and Mondays. I'm like, okay, great, let's try Monday. And then we did Monday, right? And then Monday, it didn't work for me because now the whole week I have to not have a helper, which means I go into the weekend, the house is dirty, and I have to wait for Monday again. So I didn't like the setting. I wanted to be either Friday or Saturday. Fine. And then she's like, okay, next week I'll come on Thursday then. And I love about her because we have these conversations. And then she came on Thursday and it was bliss, right? And Thursday was bliss because now that means the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I can literally be at ease. And you ask yourself, why does that affect me so much? I don't know about you, but a dirty house makes me unproductive. If I wake up to a dirty home and I'm home the whole day, it really affects my productivity. It even to extent affects my spirituality. So I need to wake up, especially if I'm going to be home the whole day, to a clean home. So she came on a Thursday and it was beautiful. It was magic. I felt so good. But now she got another job. I mean, I can't be her only person because I'm only calling her once a week, so it doesn't make sense. I understand where she's coming from. She's got a family to feed, so she got a full-time job again. So it's been very, very difficult for me, right, to get somebody who's good. I still got her sister, but her sister's not her. You know, I'm still even looking now for somebody that can literally replace her in a space where I know for sure that I won't worry. I don't have to ask her, and I don't have to tell her to throw this away or to not, like, she just knows. Like, and she doesn't call me when I'm at work and say, I can't find this. Wait, she finds it. Okay? She finds a way to find it. I just remembered now that I forgot to put on my mic again. I'm gonna continue. So she literally finds it, like she finds the thing that she's looking for, okay? And that puts me at ease and makes me focus entirely on my work. That what makes it possible for my work to be excellent, because sometimes we think the excellence in the work has to do with the hands themselves, has to do with the actual labor, but it's actually your mind, your body, and soul being connected to what you do. And you can't do that if your mind is not at ease. So billionaires work, they have a work ethic, they will choose work at any moment, they have boundaries when it comes to their work. They don't worship work, don't get me wrong. They know, that's why they go on holidays. That's why they go on holidays so much, because when it's time to work, they work. And when it's time to play, they play. Number 5, last but not least, they are very, very grateful. You need to practice gratitude. Like, I'm grateful to God every day for food, for shelter, for warm water, for my glasses, for my nails, for my, like, every single day. There's a book, what do you call this book? One of my favorite books, man. Why have I forgotten it now? The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And he says gratitude connects you to the giver of the things that you have. Like, it literally connects you to the giver of the things that you have. So you always need to, for as long as you are alive, you have to practice gratitude. Yeah, people say you must write it down, you must have a gratitude journal. You know, I'm a simple girl. I just, as long as you're doing it, how you're doing it is really up to you. Whether you're doing it verbally, whether you're doing it affirmationally while you're in the car, whether you're doing it at work on the paper, it really, for me, is the fact that you're doing it. I do it through prayer most of the time. I really don't write it down, but every day in my prayer, 10 things, 10 fingers, 10 blessings. 10 fingers, 10 blessings. 10 fingers, 10 blessings. So it doesn't matter. I don't think God cares much about the how than he does about the what, you know? So you really need to be in a space where you are grateful. And the more you grow spiritually and the more you go rich in wisdom, you realize that you'll even be grateful for the bad. You'll be grateful for the rejection. You'll be grateful for things not going your way. You'll be grateful for people rejecting you and mistreating you. You'll be grateful for the job that you didn't get. You'll be grateful for the bus that you didn't catch. You'll be grateful for not being able to afford that thing at that time, you know. So you need to be in a space where you practice gratitude on a daily basis, like every single day. You need to, and to realize even the things that are not tangible, that you don't even realize that, oh, I'm thinking differently. Oh, I wanted to tell that person where to get off, but God just said, you don't have to, and I kept quiet. Thank you so much, Lord, for that. Thank you so much, Lord, for the song. There's a song I'm currently listening to by Benjamin Dube, and I love it so much. And I said to myself, thank you so much, God, for this song. Like, I really love it. You know, we worship you. It's a very, very great song for me currently. It's one of my favorite songs. So you need to be in a space where you are able to say, God, thank you that I'm able to record my YouTube channel on my iPhone with lighting and a chair. You know, you have to be grateful for every single thing. Every single thing in your life. You have to practice that. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with your loved ones. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.